Hi, I'm Debbie Tuček, and I'd like to welcome you to another video in the Product Insights series. We've been getting lots of questions about our SaaS subscriptions recently, and many of you are wondering what happens immediately after you purchase it, and what features you'll have access to when you're working in the Xperience Portal. I'll try not to get into too much technical detail in this video, but if you're keen to learn more about the day-to-day usage, there will be a number of technical sessions that will follow. In this particular video, we're going to cover the three basic phases of your SaaS subscription, from getting started to the ongoing management of your project, and everything in between. When ordering your SaaS subscriptions, you would have been asked to supply a few specific details that help us to provision the tier. Your project name, code name, the service tier that you have selected, your preferred region, and the length of your subscription. You will also be asked to provide the primary customer contact for the project. This is the person who is the subscription owner. When your order is processed by Kentico, this triggers the provisioning of your cloud environments and all associated services. An email is sent to the primary customer contact, and they will be asked to complete their registration and to accept the terms and conditions. Looks a little bit like this. Now I'm into my Xperience Portal dashboard, and if I had multiple projects or Xperience subscriptions, then I would be able to see them in a drop-down menu here at the top of the screen. And this would enable me to quickly switch between projects, even if I have different levels of access in each one. The Xperience Portal will display the capabilities that you have permission to access within each project according to your access. But let's say this is my first time here, so I might want some more information. I might want to, for example, get a little bit more information about the capabilities that are available, or perhaps follow the steps on how to do my first installation. Clicking on these links will take you through to the Xperience by Kentico documentation. I can also see important information about my subscription, and clicking on the support link in the bottom right-hand corner will initiate an email to our support team if you need them indeed at any point. And of course, you can start inviting other users to work with you within the Xperience Portal. There are 3 defined user roles within the portal itself: the tenant administrator, the DevOps engineer, and the developer. Each has a slightly different set of permissions. Now, please note, these are the user roles just for the Xperience Portal. Within the Xperience by Kentico platform itself, you can create a range of custom user roles that will suit the needs of your admin user interface users. But now I want to start developing my project. Of course, I'll want to install the software locally, and that's super fast and really easy using the templates for cloud deployment. But before you can really start working with it, you're going to need to generate a license key for your local host from within the portal here. We have a license key generator for this very purpose. All you need to do is generate the license key, copy and paste the code into the license application within your admin user interface of Xperience by Kentico, and that will enable all of the features within the UI. And your development phase has begun. The cloud templates include the Cloud Integrations Nugget package, so application insights and your SendGrid emailing service will be enabled on startup in the cloud. A PowerShell script and CD configuration will also be included to generate a deployment package, and there's also a storage assets folder that's created and used for storing any files you might want to upload with that package. So let's now talk about deploying your project to the cloud. In order to prepare your deployment, you'll have to serialize your database objects and create a deployment package using the PowerShell script that came in the templates that we gave you at the beginning. This will help you to build and publish the project, and it will create a zip archive that has all of your project files and all of the assets that you put in the storage assets folder. Now you're ready to begin uploading it to the cloud. Now there are 2 ways in which you can do this. If you're working in a larger team, it's probably best to automate the upload step within your CI/CD pipeline so that it gets uploaded programmatically. For that, you'll need a personal access token for authentication, and this can be generated and managed within the Xperience Portal. At the moment, the only permissions you have is to deploy to the QA environment, which is the first of 3 environments within this particular subscription. If you're a smaller team, like the one working on this particular community website, then you'll most likely find the upload button underneath the QA environment tile to be the most convenient way of uploading your package. And now we're into the management phase of your project. As you can see from the menu, I'm in the deployment section. And you can see that I'm running a 3-environment subscription: QA, UAT, and production. Note that we have a custom domain set up on our production environment, and I'll show you where that will have been configured shortly. All of these tiles have the information about the latest deployment package within it, and you can see our one-click deployment from QA to UAT or prod, or from UAT to prod. According to best practices, we also take automatically a backup right before the deployment to prod actually happens. So you'll find that your deployment from QA to UAT is actually very quick, and the deployment from UAT to prod will take a little bit longer because we want to run that backup just to be on the safe side. What else is important about this particular deployment screen is that it gives you direct access into each instance of your application. So this means that if I click on this link, it's going to take me to the live site of my project, in this case, the DevNet community website. And from there, I can access the admin screen and use the SSO or any other authentication mechanism that you've implemented for your admin UI and your live site. Below the 3 tiles, we have the deployment history, and that provides us with the status of each deployment that we've made into each of the 3 environments. As you can see, the environments are highlighted here. So recently, we've done deployments for both the QA, the UAT, and the production environment. We also noticed that we actually had one failed deployment. So the really nice thing here is I can download the log related to that deployment and find out what went wrong. And sticking with the theme of troubleshooting, there are a number of different ways in which you can see what's happening within your environments and check whether your services are running. So you can start with the Xperience by Kentico status page, which enables you to find out very quickly whether all systems are operational. Any scheduled maintenance or any outages will be reported here, and you can subscribe to the updates. We also have a series of monitoring sections within the Xperience Portal that includes outages for your specific instance, alerts which can be filtered by environment and severity, exceptions, and you can open them to see the details of those exceptions. There's the event log, and again, you can look at the detail and you can filter by environment. And we also have a number of metrics. So this refers to the application response in terms of how it's performing, responding to user requests, response time, which measures the latency and how quickly it's processing those requests, the total number of requests in terms of the traffic that it's having to deal with, whether there are any server errors that occurred on the server side and prevented your app from serving requests successfully, CPU utilization, memory utilization, and DTUs as well. So let's talk about backups. So the Xperience Portal enables you to take a look at all of the backups that have been created as part of our regular backup schedule. It also enables you to create your own backup on an ad hoc basis for any of your environments that you have within your subscription tier. This one is looking at the production environment, but I could easily switch between the two to have a look at those backups as well. So as you can see, the full backup was actually done, and that included the application service, the database, and storage and files. Now, if I want to create my own ad hoc backup, then I can select the environment that I wish to create it for, let's say a QA environment, and I can determine whether it's going to be a full backup or whether I actually want to only back up, say, for example, my database. So it gives me the option to be able to do that. In the Xperience Portal, you can actually manage both site domains and SendGrid domains. let's look at the site domains first. The portal actually provides the DNS records, so those need to be set up with your domain provider. Here you can see we have a custom domain on the production environment. But it's simple as creating a domain, adding the details, and then there is an automatic validation service that is applied. We can also have a look at the SendGrid domains as well. Having SendGrid integrated and ready to go is a huge benefit of going with our SaaS subscription. And with this particular 3-environment tier, it actually offers you 100,000 emails per month within the fixed price. And before I leave you today, I also wanted to quickly note that this project is only using one domain. I'll return in another video later this year to show you how it looks after the introduction of the multiple channel management capability in both Xperience by Kentico and of course here in the Xperience Portal.